Well, there's one issue, in particular in, well, the Yorkshire region, which is probably more hotly contested than Brexit, and that's the case of the idea of Yorkshire devolution, and that Yorkshire should have more power to help decide what goes on over it. And one of the first big steps to actually do that was to elect a mayor. However, bit of history. Now, a couple of years ago, George Osborne comes up with this actually a really good idea. Let's go to the north of England and just put a load of investment in it. It was such a good idea. We had the UK itself was putting money, the EU were putting money into it, and even China were going to put money into it. Of course, Brexit happened, and the EU pulled out, China pulled out, and that just left Britain, well, the UK. And they went, and basically all that really happened was that Leeds Trade Station got a new south exit. Other than that, that was essentially its legacy. However, part of it was the idea that there should be a mayor of, just like Greater Manchester has a mayor for the sort of Manchester and its surroundings. The idea for a mayor for Yorkshire would be a perfect idea. However, if you've never ever really done business in Yorkshire, it's a bit really hard to describe. And that is that the councils do not get along. The Chamber of Commerce, literally, the different chambers of commerce in Yorkshire do not get along. They are incredibly territorial and will fight tooth and nail for basically scraps and chicken feed among themselves, rather than, come to an agreement. And this is exactly what happened yesterday. Well, Monday. This video is coming out on Wednesday. And we've now got, literally on the day Tuesday I'm recording it, they're in session for a final attempt to try and sort this out. Because if not, what's going to end up happening is that the entire region is going to spend about £1 million for an election for a mayor with essentially no powers. So yeah, that's the massive, waste of time. But this is what happens in Yorkshire. The councils themselves, as I've said, they're so squabbly and cannot, come to an agreement for anything that will be good for the region. They only care what happens to their town. When something good for the region comes along, well, then we get stupid spats, such as, like, where should the mayor's office be? It doesn't really matter where the mayor's office is, just as long as we get a mayor with some actual powers so that he can actually do stuff. So this is a very clear example of basically local bureaucracy, shall we say, getting involved. And as the government have said, they are not going to do anything until a deal can be reached. So this is a massive roadblock, and once again Yorkshire shoots itself in the foot before it's even started to run.